How do you become a minimalist? If you search for minimalism, you'll mostly find videos with people living in cars or vans, building small houses in the middle of nowhere, skipping on showers, eating plants from their backyards to save on food, and recycling their clothes. Now, I get the idea why someone would want to become a minimalist. I do. It makes life simple, but I don't necessarily want to go to the extremes to become a minimalist. And so if you were thinking about becoming a minimalist, you may have thought that you had to go to the extreme of showering once per week to save on soap and never spending money again. That's the extreme. Now, on the other hand, you have people who are at the extreme on the other end where they overspend on everything. They waste a lot and life is very complicated. So now when I think about minimalism, I just think about a way of life that you can still enjoy, but you remove things that you don't necessarily want or need to simplify your life, which can also help you save or cut back on your spending. So instead of going to any of the extremes, you want to find the perfect balance. So in this video, I'm not going to be telling you to sell your house and your car and donate your life savings to charity and then go live in the middle of nowhere. But instead, I will share some tips that you can possibly or that can possibly help you in living a minimalist life without sacrificing too much. So if you're interested in minimalism, be sure to stick around to the very end of this video. Also, if you are new to this channel and you're watching one of my videos, or even if you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Ian, and I post videos here on YouTube every single day on topics relating to making money and personal finance. So if you'd like to see more of these videos, give this video a thumbs up, I'll really appreciate it. And also consider subscribing to this channel and turning on all the notifications. And that way you'll be able to get the updates every day when I post a new video here. Now, the first minimalist step here is to simply plan your days. And when I say plan your days, I don't mean having an app that alarms every 10 or 15 minutes and tells you to do something. You want to at least know what you need to do the following day. So for example, you don't want to get up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. to spend 3 hours watching TV when you need to do the laundry before work. And you don't want to leave work and go to the gym and spend 4 hours when you should only spend 1 and then get home in time to prep for the next day. Now, this is a minimalist approach because you have clear objectives for the day ahead. And even if you do things outside of your objectives, you're doing them with your true actual free time and not time that should be used doing other important tasks. Now, this also helps you in saving money because we're now conditioned to spend most of our time on social media and the internet, here on YouTube as well, and we see more ads when we're online. These ads serve one purpose. They tempt us all day, every day to go on Amazon and purchase things. Now, just random impulsive purchases, and sure, you can justify purchasing a new coffee machine right now, but then later on, you end up giving it away or wanting to return it because you didn't really need it in the first place. So plan your days ahead. Have at least 3 important tasks that must be completed and the time in which they should be, and let everything else fall in your free time. Now, the second minimalist step ties in with the first one, and this is the word that nobody likes to hear. No. No, 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 and no. You're always going to be approached in some way to do something that has nothing to do with your plans, and this is going to disrupt your minimalist lifestyle. Now, for example, let's say you're on a budget, which you should be. Now, you work, you save, you invest, and you have 3 goals. You're going to treat yourself to a vacation at the end of the year. You're also trying to invest a particular amount of money. You then get invited to a trip which is going to set you back $2,000 or $4,000, and you can afford to go, but if you do, then you won't make your investment goal or reach your investment goal by the end of the year. Now, this can appear in many different ways. Maybe it's spending money on something else, or maybe it's just giving up some of your time when you really already had plans for your time. So in these cases, you want to say no. Just say no. Don't even think about it, because the last thing you need when you're trying to be a minimalist is to be influenced to stop being a minimalist. And if you are thinking about becoming a minimalist, the odds are against you because society's influences are here to get you to spend more, waste more time, keep you busy, miserable, and the list goes on. Now, thirdly, you need a budget. Everybody talks about this one when the subject of minimalism comes up, and you can't really become a minimalist without a budget. Now, having a budget, and this is a popular misconception, but having a budget doesn't mean that you're going to hoard all the money you make and not spend any. Having a budget simply means that you track your expenses for maybe a month. You are aware of what you spend on and also how much money you make, especially if you have multiple income sources, and you're then able to plan ahead and direct your money to where you want it to go. So you don't want to make $100,000 per year thinking that you only make $80,000 per year, and you don't want to have an investment goal, for example, of investing $150,000 by the end of the year, and you keep spending most of your money on alcohol and video games. Those two don't align with your goals. So by simply creating a budget, you can then take control of your finances, and you can choose how much money you want to spend on alcohol and video games if that's your thing. And then you can also choose how much money you want to contribute to your investments. And this can be investments or anything else that you want to accomplish. Now, the next step is to become debt-free. This is usually the hardest step because, again, society has conditioned us to be in debt even before we are adults. Most people want to go to college, and nothing is wrong with that, but most people don't think about the debt and how many other people are regretting college because of the debt that they won't be able to pay off for the next 10 years. The same goes for cars. It's now normal to purchase a car or lease a car and then upgrade every single year, and while this is fine, most people just can't afford to do it, although they do it, and it traps them into debt. If you make $15 an hour and you're leasing a car every year for the past 5 years and your income never went up, then you spent a lot of money on cars and you don't really have anything to show for it. Credit card debt is also deemed normal by society's standards. When I tell people I have no credit card debt, or at least not long-term credit card debt, they look at me like I'm from another planet. Everybody seems to have credit card debt that will at least take them a year or 2 years to pay it off, and it's normal, but it shouldn't be. So simplifying your life and getting rid of debt is another step to minimalism. And if you want to learn more about debt and also strategies that can actually work for the average person who's trying to pay off debt, then I've made videos on different strategies, and I'll leave links to some of these videos here, and hopefully you'll be able to benefit from those videos as well. Now, finally, the last step to minimalism that I want to mention in this video is spending less, but more of getting only what you need and not purchasing things that you want or you think you want, especially if you can't afford it. And because of the power of credit, it's now very easy to purchase things that you can't afford. So for example, you could find yourself on Amazon today, and Amazon could have a deal on, I don't know, maybe a new TV, and it has some features that your current TV doesn't have, and you like it and you want it, but you don't have the money in your account, but you could use your credit card and pay it off in 3 months. Amazon actually has their own credit card which they will allow you to apply for, so this is no problem. But you want to think about this because maybe you don't even watch TV. Maybe you spend less than 1 hour per week watching TV, so is it really worth your money? Or instead of making that purchase, which is a want, you could go in debt for the same amount of money and make that good debt. Maybe you could invest in your side hustle or the stock market, and this goes back to creating a budget and saying no. If you have goals or financial goals for the end of each year, or even long-term goals, you'll be able to say no to wants very easily because you know that you need to carefully spend so you can get to those goals. So without scaring you into selling all your belongings and living in your car and not taking daily showers, this is how you can become a minimalist without changing your entire life. If you have any other minimalist tips or steps that you want to share, comment them below. As always, I hope this video helps you. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like the content. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon so you can get notified when I post new videos here. Check all the links down below in the description for all kinds of free and helpful stuff. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow.